Searching podcasts for Dave, and one more time.
In life, it's not how hard you hit, it's how hard you can get hit and still keep going. Even if you're getting hit hard with a hammer at 2 a.m. by a friend in his underwear in front of cops. I don't know what to do with that. Maybe these guys do. This is Dave and Juan.
And 3.
Number 2.
1.
Woohoo!
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We are back. Back in the new
We
York.
never left.
I don't know why. I can't say the word back twice and I think of that Kiss song. Back in the New York groove.
Hey.
Date yourself without actually dating yourself. Hey, America, you know it. Do we have to say it? We will anyway. America,
You're
you're
welcome.
welcome. You're welcome. We are back. It's right. Here for you. Here for you. On the first, we're here in Texas. You're getting that. You're going to get it later today. The first, it's almost like a Kudnor came through. It's like it's in the upper 50s today. It's nice.
Hey, now, who are we anyway?
Two old guys talking about the weather is what we are. Hi, everybody. I'm Dave.
I'm Juan.
This is Dave and Juan.
More time.
Thank you. The Nash Roberts edition kicking off, right?
Hey, it's chilly here, man.
It's universal.
I got a
Everybody-
swim meet to go to, and I'm wearing jeans. So,
Ooh, for you to put on jeans. I may pull out the sweatshirt that our friend Gene sent me. The
there you go.
Louisiana mountain. So I'll be grilling steaks this afternoon. That's what I got so much work to do. All right. Tons. We were joking about that before coming on. This ends up being a priority. Set an alarm in the morning, wake up to do this for nothing. Right. We just,
Right.
all the actual work things I got to get done this weekend. Nope. I'm doing this and I'm going to do a little bit of work and I'm shutting it down sometime late afternoon. Now start.
Got priorities, man.
Fire up the grill. Not my fault. My wife bought steaks. What you gonna do?
You gotta cook them. Can't let them go bad. It'd be a waste of money.
She said, we can freeze them. I'm like, that would defeat the purpose. We do that every now and then, but especially these days with stuff, what stuff costs. Jeez, come on, man. I know.
Well, see, that's the with having my son living here again for a while. There's never food that stays in the refrigerator for any length of time.
He can't eat that much, can he? He's not a big guy.
No, he's little, but he
can eat.
Odd because if you send him a note and said, "Hey, I'm picking up such and such on the way home. You want something for dinner?" Yeah, grab me that. Then you'll drive home, but he's already eating.
Hey, it won't stop him from doing it again.
And he says, right? It's like, I'll just go eat that later.
Well, we're going through the opposite. So we did tag team, right? So I had one son living on campus and the other one took the year off of school who was living here. And that was the eater. That's the guy that eats. Right. And then now my other one graduates. He's home for a bit, that next stage, right? He's got friends with their own apartments. He goes hang out with every now and then. But it's sort of like, okay, until you have a reason to have an apartment, like you're doing jobs and side jobs, but everything's here. It's like,
save the money.
Well, exactly. And he eats, but it's he's very basic. He's got that gene from me. Like this guy could eat a ham sandwich for lunch and dinner.
Hey, why not?
Every day. That period. So it's kind of funny. That's the only things I kind of pay attention. Do we have bread? Do we have fresh bread that's not moldy? Because apparently my wife and I don't eat bread. I don't know. So do we have bread?
Yeah, we go in phases.
And do we have ham? And he's good. That and chips, good. So never worried about him. My other son, that was like having a Wolverine living in your house, man. Like you could not count on anything. Well, healthy food would be there. Like we could, anything in a can could be there too, because apparently that's just, I don't know if it's a generational thing. I don't know that the guy knows how to open a can.
No.
I don't. I think you could literally just whatever. If the food you really want to eat, you want to hang on to it, get it in a can because he's not opening the can. But if it's just laying in the pantry or the refrigerator, forget it. Forget it.
And I had a conversation with somebody yesterday about the joys and the fond memories of fried bologna.
Ooh, yeah. Fried bologna. That's good
Yeah.
stuff, man. We didn't do it. We didn't do that a lot. My mom was not a you know, she
Not a
didn't put a
cold
lot.
cut person.
No, well, we do. Oh, we did cold cuts. We talked. I know we had in one of the 700 episodes we've done by now, but no, we were lunch meat people.
Yeah,
Not that was my favorite. It must have been my dad. My dad must have he must have pulled rank on that because I like bologna. That was probably would have been
bologna
my favorite.
was fun to eat because you could rip the little edge around and it became like,
unless you forgot, you forgot to take it off. You took a bite into it. It's like, what's this weird stuff? Oh, but first world problems, but
or not.
So you had a scintillating conversation on fried bologna. That's cool.
Yeah, it's good stuff,
man.
Yeah, it was how it curled up on the edges when you dropped it in the skillet.
Okay. That's a bit. Oh, just reminded me. I shouldn't be doing this in the morning because I don't normally eat early, right? But I'm getting hungry now. I'm thinking, man, you know what? I still got some frozen weenie spaghetti from a couple. That's
there you go.
Dude. No, I'm gonna hang on for the steaks because that's too much of an investment. I picked him up
yesterday.
Yeah, my wife called the curbside pickup stuff. I don't like doing that, but she does, and it's always the same thing. There's always something in the order that's wrong, right? Don't get or just not quite right. And I was like, why do you do this? So why do you? And I don't mind. I shouldn't say that. I mean, I don't go to the store that often. I say, why don't we just go shopping? Okay. She just sits there with the phone, making the order on the phone, right? So I get there, and I'm saying it's a store. It's HEB, big grocery chain here near our house, and so I'll pull into the spot. And I don't do that very often. Like, how does this work? And then it was on her phone, so I had to send the picture of where I was for her at home to text the people, right? So it showed up, because she ordered it on her phone.
Yeah, so it's got to come from the actual order receipt, right. Probably.
And then so I'm kind of sitting out there waiting. Is that mine? No, it's not mine. Is that mine? No, it's not mine. Yeah, I'm just kind of and then I see a cart come out and I said, that one's got a lot of beer in it. I bet that one's mine. I bet that one's mine. I told her that after. I said, yeah, I didn't know it was our cart until I saw all your beer in there. Your beer, right? And she said, what do you mean a lot of beer? And then she realized she had went to get stuff and she changed her mind, but she forgot to exit out. So she just bought all kinds of beer she didn't know she was buying.
So she was shopping for choices and took it all.
Yeah, well, exactly. So I'm like, guys loading the car. I mean, because people have a problem or something. Hey, put in there. But in steaks, I'm like, man, somebody got a bonus. Hey, man, look out.
Hey.
We live in large. So
there you go, man.
Yeah, there you're gonna go.
You've been on the road a lot. You making money.
Yeah. Hey, no, bro. The bills just went out. I sent out the invoices. I didn't get the joys of business, man. I was preaching that to this group last week. It was only a drive for that one about, we all have parts of our jobs, whatever the jobs are, that you enjoy, right? And that's the part you have to work on is the stuff. All jobs come with stuff you don't like.
Yeah.
Right. And it's just trying to find the, you just have to understand that. Like, all right, you got to put up with the crap you don't like in order to do the stuff you do. And then hopefully the stuff you enjoy doing maybe getting paid. That's okay too.
Yeah.
Right. These people, man, I wouldn't do this if it wasn't for the money. Yeah. Guess what? None of us would.
Right. My hobby is a 40-hour-a-week
That's right.
gig away from my house.
Yeah. What are you, a Kennedy? Come on, dude. I mean,
it requires me to get up earlier than I'd like.
Exactly.
And get home later than I'd like.
Oh, man. I love dealing with rejection and having to deal with people that, what I'm saying? Biting your tongue well, you know me, that's the biggest part of my job. Sometimes just biting my tongue.
Yeah. I got a text yesterday from one of my direct reports. I don't like to call them my employees because I'm not the one paying them.
That's right.
Yeah, at 5 a.m. because she had forgot to clock out the day before, and she can't go back in and clock. I've got to override the system to do it. But so texted me at 5 a.m. to ask if I could clock her out from the day before.
So were you up at 5 a.m?
No.
Did the text wake you up?
Yeah. Yeah. So
you a text. I guess a text will wake me up too because I don't have it
and a
on
lot of
total
times I
silent.
turn my phone off if my son was out of town. So I worry or I want to make sure it's
Sure.
coming through with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But so when I got to work, I responded. I said done, and I said moving forward, unless you need me to act on something immediately during non-work hours, email this stuff to me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I just was thinking about it, so I didn't want to forget.
Well,
Said,
okay, because it's
there's
all
the
about
point.
you. It's all about you. Yeah.
Right. You're the one forgetting.
My job is to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning to hear
so
that
you don't forget to clock out.
you couldn't remember to clock out like a couillon chu. All right, great.
Isn't that something you do every day?
That's when you should have said, "Thank God, I was afraid you were still in the office." Oh man, I was about to check on you. That's what I was, because that's what I do. Every half hour, I look at who's clocked out, and I think, "Oh dear God, I hope they're okay." Let me check, man.
I'm going to use that.
There you go. Glad I'm here for you, man. Glad I'm here for you. Talking about checking in. It's not a segue. It's just something that it's the story that's going out and sort of, I don't know. There may be other things come out of this story by the time this airs in a couple of days, but the one that's really freaking me out right now is this great country of ours, the United States of America, the person who is third in command, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, been in office for 700 years.
Yeah.
And her husband, who's leading an interesting life, apparently.
He's apparently a stock whiz.
Dude, they're amazing. They are stock picking fiends, right? And he did a
guy cruising around in a Porsche.
Yeah.
Cocktailing it.
DUIing out of his mind. Apparently, they said they don't talk about that. I think he hit somebody. I think he really messed somebody up back there. Okay. So that guy, so you're thinking that's about as bizarre as, that's going to get. And then yesterday, apparently the story starts coming out, right? And everybody jumps to like the first thing. So those of you that are not hearing this, it's Pelosi, the guy, they got a mansion, this really great, beautiful place in San Francisco, which is a pit. San Francisco is the prettiest city in America that has become just a pit. It's, it's like a third world country. You've got wealth, right? Secluded, gated, multi-millionaire, billionaire wealth. And then you got, don't step in the poop. That's everywhere, right? So anyway, he the original story was, there was a break-in and he was assaulted. Like, man, it's terrible. And in surgery and everything. And that's horrific. And then the more the story starts unwinding, right? It's like, okay, hang on a sec here. The guy, and everybody starts thinking the same thing. You don't got security? Like, come on now.
Well, I read from one of the neighbors said that when Nancy is in town, the place is crawling with security.
Right.
When she's not there, nah.
Yeah, but even that doesn't make a lot of sense because it is paid for by it's Secret Service. I mean, there's Secret Service. Right. I mean, it's in the freaking laws, like who gets it and immediate family. So there's no way in the world, unless let's say our boy Bill used to pull this kind of stuff. He made him, I'm going to be doing some stuff that I don't want a record of.
Turn around.
Right. I know, now I know half of the people watching me are probably corrupt anyway, and they don't care. But you know what I'm saying? Yeah. They like to pull some stuff that they don't want exactly records on. And then as the story unwinds, it's like some dude who's a nudist. Now they keep saying he's a nudist.
A nudist activist, though.
That's an interesting thing, right?
I looked that up last night, and because apparently he's and it didn't use the word disciple, but
right,
of some, whoever's the leader of this nudist activist group tends to show up and protest in the nude.
Okay.
So that's, I guess, it's not some people who hang out at a nudist colony or anything.
Gotcha. They just said, let me make my point by getting too nude. I'm gonna get too nude in the street, and so it's this guy. and then apparently on the calls with the cops, like, hey, there's recordings of this, guys. Says he doesn't know the guy, but he's a friend. Okay. Like, wait a minute. You don't know that. And supposedly the cops get there and you got two guys. Now they don't say what he's wearing. They don't say what the Pelosi's wearing, but the other guy's in his underwear. They are both holding hammers.
Okay. Was it like a construction project or something?
Oh, no.
Or
He might have called
Habitat for Humanity volunteers.
Exactly. He might have called his buddy over to build a bench. I don't know. It's like, man, I'm kind of bored. I got nothing to do. I'm gonna call my buddy over. Bro, bring your hammer. We're gonna build us a bench. And then supposedly after the cops get there, like the cops are on the scene, he wrestles the hammer away from and beats. So, if you can believe what's going on, I think he's all right. But I apparently went into surgery. Like, I mean,
yeah, sad situation. Yeah, I mean, we're not making fun of the guy getting.
No, it's just the story, right? When you go from, because these idiots jump off. Oh, it's political. I don't think it's political. And I don't think that dude broke in. Just me. Hey, I don't know. We'll see. As the evidence, hey, next week's episode of Dave and Juan, we may have a whole week of news behind us. We may be able to further comment. If we were doing radio every morning, it would be an ongoing thing. And as the story unfolds,
speculate at this point.
But you gotta admit it's a little different from there was a break-in and he was assaulted to. Yeah.
If I'm breaking in, I'm probably gonna wear some clothes. Or if I'm a nudist activist, being active that way, I'll go nude.
That, but yeah, that's a little different than two guys staring each other down, each holding hammers. If you'd have told me, like, if I'd have turned on like HTV, Martin Falls, somebody be reporting, down in Dulac at a trailer park, the cops rolled up and they had one guy in his underwear and an 82-year-old guy. They both had hammers. Yeah. When the cops showed up, they started hitting each other. That sounds like the kind of story you're gonna get. That's a Dulac trailer park. Sorry, Dulac. Could be Montague. Could be Gaines. Could be Golden Meadow. Any of these areas, if you'd have told me they rolled into a trailer park, and that's why I was. But when you tell me at a mansion in San Francisco and the husband of the third ranking person in the United, you go, hey, come on now. Come on. Even Bill Clinton is reading that stuff saying, oh, Paul, come on, man.
Yeah, can you come up with a better story than that?
How'd you get so old being so stupid? Come on, man. Don't. What are you doing, man? You don't know how to. So anyway, we wish him well. I mean,
Yeah, there's underlying things on it. To me, the fact that it hasn't come out that it's, they're not blaming the Republicans.
Well, they started to. There was some that jumped out right off the bat, but whatever. Okay. We're not. It's not even really being political. It's just bizarre when famous people do crazy. But
Elon Musk took over Twitter and everything else is.
It's so funny that Twitter has the impact it does, because it's the third, fourth ranking. So I'm not. I will, if I see an article or something that interests me and says such and such was posted to Twitter. Yeah, I may go look at it. Well,
I'm not real confident in how to navigate Twitter.
Well, I have my own stuff. Like I do I've got like my name stuff, but it's not good for business, man. I mean, it's not. I've had people in the past that say, I got to use like LinkedIn and a few things like that. But people have asked me like doing things with Twitter. I'm like, Twitter's a trash fire. Now it may change, but it's just Twitter is Thunderdome, man. It's where you go to fight. It's just people. It's the nastiest of nasty. But it once you like say follow this person, follow. I use it as it's the best news gatherer there, because people just post stuff. They just started, and that's what happened. All these, now, and you got to know who you're following. Like, I mean, some reporters, they're moronic. You know what they are. I mean, they're dang communists. So you just don't, whatever. But when stuff breaks, when it's breaking news, it's almost always you're going to find it on Twitter. And who knows? We'll see. But yeah, my wife she never uses Twitter, and when this happened. She was, I need a Twitter account. So it's kind of funny sitting there. And I'm telling her, like, she gets the account. I'm just, who should I follow? So I'm just like going down and I'm just giving her people I follow. And I thought, man, they're going to be profiling you. I mean, they're going to be like, trust me, I've been kicked off because I do that. And you keep an anonymous account. And that's what you want. Because you want the anonymous account to be able to, as best you can, follow. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to catch nonsense. You don't want to. And that's where people, the most annoying thing to me about what we've become in the past few years is it used to be, man, listen, you work with people either like in the same office or whatever, or you have customers or business. Nobody cares, dude. I don't care who you vote for. I don't care where you go to church. I don't care. Like this old thing was like, here it is, man. A life is a big thing. There are a lot of parts to a life. Okay. I just deal with this part of it. Can we just but man, they bring everything into it now. Like everything is, well, if you don't like the same, if you're not blue or you're not red or you're not whatever, well, we can't be, stop it. That's just, but that's where we are. So you do that anonymous stuff. Although I'm kind of kidding about this too. Not going to call names out, but some folks that we both know on Facebook.
On Facebook, yeah.
Which, by the way, let me put a pin in that. Facebook, which again, I guess I wasn't paying attention, has lost $700 billion in the past year. That Meta is not exactly working right. And Mark Zuckerberg has become his net worth. Now, granted, he's still worth $40 million. I mean, 40 billion.
Dropped $1 billion one day.
Dude, in the last year, he's lost $100 billion. Greatest drop of wealth of one human in history. Now, granted, you're still sitting at 40 billion, right? But that's a lot. So I would have thought that just having Dave and Juan on Facebook would have stopped about half of that. But maybe it's us, man.
Maybe it has.
He'd have gone to zero. The only thing that kept Facebook from going to zero. You're right there. You're looking at him.
Yeah. So for all you Facebook fans, again, you're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome, man. But we got a friend who's
we got a friend who
we call him we say friend. Hang on. Let's be honest.
Yeah. And seen him in
acquaintance.
Yeah, Facebook friend. How about that?
Dude we know. Yeah. All right.
Dude we knew. How about that?
Dude we knew.
I don't know. And I told you it's like he's like a rapper trying to build street cred by saying he's in Facebook jail.
Yeah.
Yet he's
Yet I'm reading everything you putting.
I'm not, it's like just an overnight stay.
That's right. You must be in the minimum security jail.
Picked you up at 2 a.m. let you out at 6.
Oh man, it doesn't change you from changing your profile picture 5 times a day.
Right.
And apparently you got use of all those filters. I mean,
yeah. That's the strangest aspect of it.
As a general rule, okay, those of you that are denying yourself the visual, right? You don't watch you don't watch the Dave and Juan spectacle on video. You're listening on whatever the plethora of audio podcasts out there. We a lot of things. We ain't filtered.
No,
like there's no man. Look, this
like I tell you, this guy's in. Yeah, I don't even know how to use a filter.
Me neither.
This guy, I guess when he's in Facebook jail, he has time to study filter application because I have a 15-year-old daughter, and I assure you, he could school her in the use of filters.
The use of filters, huh? There you go. That's why it's hard to trust.
And I don't mean he's good at it. He's just
he just does it.
Yeah.
That's why, and I am glad I am old enough that we totally missed the dating app stuff. I can't imagine what life would have been like, if that was the game we played. You didn't have any of that stuff. So when you met people, I mean, in our day, the only filter
you knew they were ugly.
No, the only filters we had in the day was it was dark in there. It was dark in the club
and a lot of liquor.
And exactly, your filter was the fact that you're like, woo, let's see.
Yeah, it was more clouds on your eyes than a filter on a lens.
Didn't Prince have a song like that? Lights go up. Didn't he have a song with Sheena Easton about something like that? Prince. It was something about the lights go up in the club and she still looks good or something. That's
that It sounds like a Prince line.
No, it is. I'm telling you, man. It's Prince, and I think it's Sheena Easton. I'm not sure. Hey, during the break,
Oh yeah, he did have some stuff with Sheena. Yeah. Which was because it was an unlikely combo.
I don't know. She was cute. He liked her. Yeah, that was our filters. Okay. And not
Right.
so now, like, man, you on these
pay one
apps.
price night. That was there you go.
Oh, dude, I mean, now you show up to see somebody in person, you're not, you got to just probably brace yourself when you're walking in there. It's like, you don't know how many times they took that picture, right?
Yeah.
How many angles working on the
how
light.
long ago?
Oh man, you see people out in public doing that, man. They got the selfie thing, they're doing it, and then they're looking at it. Oh, that didn't work. Like, and I want to walk up to some people saying, hey man, if you have to take that picture 5 times, you know what? That's what you look like. I'm sorry. I just
gotta get to our stage. For the one.
Got to get to our stage. We look at it and go, yeah, that's what I'm dealing with. Right? That's what I'm dealing with. If you get to a certain age, man, like when you're younger, like maybe in your like 30s, just the fact that I can say when you're younger, like in your 30s, and you kind of looking in the mirror, and it's either like a new wrinkle or a new freckle or what I'm saying, the stuff you get as you get older, and you had a certain stage, like in the age, like, oh, I mean, you're worried about it. You're like, like, oh man. Yeah. You can get to a certain age, you're like, hey, welcome to the team, whatever it is.
I'll rub my face. I feel something, and it's like, nah.
That's just welcome to the team, man. Sometimes
Dude, I went to a chiropractor the other day, which I'll go maybe once a year.
What?
Yeah, I know, because it's like my neck. I just have arthritis in my neck, so every now and then I got.
You went to one of those, what they call them, crackers? You went to a cracker?
Yeah, I told somebody at work. I said I got to leave. I got a doctor's appointment. So it was not a real doctor.
My neighbor's a chiropractor, like across the street, man. I never, and we don't really talk that much. He's good dude. We don't talk that much, but one of these days I want to just ask him, bro, is that for real? I mean, come on, what are you doing? Seriously.
Well, this is, and look, it felt good.
So does a beer.
Right. So the first thing they do is they put this little heated vibrating thing on you, which I can buy on Amazon for about $30. And put that on you for like 15 minutes. And the girl, the assistant, whatever her title is saying, okay, well, let me know when it feels uncomfortable. And I'm gonna jack that thing up, man. Keep going. That's what I'm here for.
I'll be here all day. I was about to say, I was looking while you're talking. I'm paying attention, but I swear to you, I thought I had one here in my office. I used to go to chiropractor that had one of those. You can get them at Sharper Image. Back when Sharper Image existed, these like vibrating, looked like a big handle thing with 2 balls on the end of it. Like,
they use that.
Yeah. I got one. I got one, dude.
Yeah, Riley's got one for swim.
Yeah.
So they use that. Then they put me in a chair like you see at the mall that you pay $5 for 30 minutes. The big vibrating chair.
Okay, so far, your visit could have been done at the mall. You could have done this yourself. Okay, I don't know if insurance would have covered it, but okay.
This thing, now granted, it was a little better than the because it had like some roller thing, and maybe they've got that on the chair at the mall.
Oh, I never I've never
sat in one of those chairs. No. But this thing where it went up your back, and again, they tell me, let me know if it's too much. But so part of me is, hell, I'm gonna take whatever you can throw. But it would go up my back and make me rise out of the chair. It was putting like such a bend in my back.
Yeah.
But there's a part of it where it's like, it's that, remember that song Hurt So Good? It's like, man, this is killing me. I gotta cut back on this. And then when it's done, like, oh man, that feels kind of good. So I was there for an hour, and the chiropractor was with me for about 2 minutes, cracking my neck.
That's when they come in there and they just, they kind of loosen you up, and you just know they're gonna do it. You don't know when they're gonna do it.
Right.
Just like they gotta, because if you tighten up, I guess they can't do it. And
I guess that works. My nephew is an athletic trainer, and I just haven't seen him in a while because otherwise I would have made him do it.
Oh, okay. I guess it does something. I mean, I don't. I used to be able to crack my back on the school desk at school. You had the you sat on the desk and you had, the old fashioned school desk, right? You had it wrapped around you, whatever. And if you kind of pushed and you get your back up against the back of it, you could lean, like you could just lean your own back and crack your own back. But
I can crack my neck unless it gets like really.
I used to. It's funny you say that. Literally this morning when I'm getting a cup of coffee, coming out. My wife's doing her her living room workout, whatever it is. Got the mat out, whatever, it's yoga and whatever. Hey, Mr. Kitty walking behind you over there. those of you not watching the video, Mr. Kitty makes an appearance here on the Dave and Juan fiasco. But she's doing her yoga stuff, and then she asked me. She does this a lot because I'm 5 years older than her, as you, right? Aren't you 5 years older than your wife? Okay, so I guess I'm the trailblazer. I'm the scout team on getting old, right? Like in the old days, you had, you got to send the scouts out there to be ahead of you. They're going to tell you what the danger is. So I'm the scout team on getting old. And she asked me, "Did you ever get anything that just like, makes crunching noises?" I'm like, "Babe, everything makes a crunching noise on me."
Yeah, see my neck, it's like, shattered glass.
Oh yeah, she's like, it sounds like I forget how she described it. I'm like, yeah. I can point to a body part. I'll tell you what noise it makes. That one pops. That one does what, what you gonna do. You get older. That's the
that means you're moving.
It beats the alternative. Right? But what you gonna do? So let's see. We did that. Well, before we take our quick break that nobody's going to know we're taking, but we did get some great economic advice this week because gas prices are through the roof. I mean, they're just incredible, and they're going to get worse. People don't understand this, but they are.
But apparently, according to our president, when he took office, they were $5.
Wow,
$5 a gallon.
Dude, when it gets to the point that you're just saying like lies. That everybody, even people on your team, like people behind you holding a sign are going, "Oh, bro, that ain't true." What? Yeah. What?
This will be walked back.
Do you forget that people record things? But apparently, here's the key, y'all. We know everybody's struggling. We know everybody's trying to make ends meet. But if you just stop buying name brand Raisin Bran, just switch to the generic.
Yeah, just screw Kellogg's.
Switch to the generic, you're gonna be all right. And if we can get the airlines to stop charging extra fees for six extra inches of space, that's
discriminatory, by the way.
Apparently, you gotta, and also according to Latoya, it's dangerous back there.
Yeah,
right. It's dangerous. It's dangerous to get out of first class.
So that's the solutions.
So we're on top of it, guys. We can get the airlines to stop charging y'all extra money for 6 extra inches of space on a seat and go to generic raisin. I don't even eat Raisin Bran.
I don't either.
I'm going to get some. Right. See, there you go. Back from the break. They don't know you take.
Back from the break. I looked up that Prince song, by the way.
Oh, good. Oh, we both. For those of you, let's just explain what happened. So it's long story short, the program we use used to be forever. Now it's like 45 minutes and it takes a break. And we're not always recording the full 45. So we never know when the break's coming, but it tells us. So again, my wife always says, "Don't talk about taking a break. Nobody knows." But we know. We want
you to know the extra work we have to put into this thing. Dave's got to edit this sucker together.
It's the halftime show. But hey, you know what? It kind of works out. Let's me go get another cup of coffee. Mm-hmm. Let you do some research and I did something else, but you tell me what you
okay. So the song we referenced earlier by Prince and Sheena Easton is called "You Got the Look."
Yes. Oh, you got the look.
Yeah. And here's my favorite part. I forgot about that. In the beginning of the song, Prince kind of just talks, Here we are, folks. The dreams we all dream of. Boy versus girl in the World Series of Love.
Yeah.
So the line is the closing time, ugly lights. Everybody's expected, but you are a natural beauty, unaffected.
Yeah. Prince been there when they closed those clubs before. He knows, man. That's right. Like score. Look at that. Lights came up.
Yeah.
Nice. You know what I found during the break?
What you got?
Right there.
Your chiropractor gun.
for those of you, I even knocked the ear out my ear doing this. Hang on a second. Yeah, this is the had this thing for a while, man. I don't use it. It's the You can get them at Sharper Image. Or used to be able to
Yeah,
get them at
Sharper Image used to, man, that used to be the joy of flying, to get the Sharper Image catalog.
This thing's it was expensive too, man. I bet y'all paid almost $200. This is for my wife back in the day. You know, like, oh, my neck's always sore or whatever. So it's like, yeah, I'm gonna buy you one of them chiropractor things. It's called the Thumper.
Sure is.
Thumper Mini Pro.
It looks like a double thumper, man. You got the two.
Oh yeah,
massage
dude,
balls.
Man, I'm not kidding when I say when I was living in Georgia back in the day and I was going through whatever, I just pains, whatever. And I went. So there was a time that I went to a chiropractor as well, right? And I remember that because it was like a fad for a little bit. It's still around, but like, you remember? I'm trying to think what years was it? Like they blew up. I mean, there was chiropractors everywhere. And I think as soon as the insurance started covering it, that's when it really took off.
I ain't paying for it.
Yeah, as soon as insurance started, and they would see you forever. They would, It would take exactly as long as it took your insurance to run out for them to solve that thing. And
right. 3 times a week, bro. It's like, how much time do you think I have?
They just keep on coming in. Right.
It's even more embarrassing than for me admitting that I went to a chiropractor. Is this guy? The clinic name is Go Chiro.
Go Chiro.
Spelled Geaux, which always offends me to begin with. Because you're from LSU has Go Tigers copyrighted, but I'm thinking about filing a class action lawsuit on behalf of Cajuns for mocking us.
Stop making fun of us, bro. Stop making fun of us. Well, we've talked about that before, about all of our these Cajun names, I guess including yours, that end in X. Do you know the reason?
Because it couldn't sign it.
Yeah, because
didn't know how to sign.
You put your mark. Somebody would write the French name, and you put your mark. It's kind of funny how people just you tell that story, in other parts of the country, and they're just like, they're like stunned. And part of me wants to tell you, it's like, you think you guys are always literate? You think like,
my grandmother couldn't read or write. Never went to school a day in her life.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Well, she probably did okay.
Yeah. Well, like my dad said, she could cook and have babies. Had 12 kids. So
12 kids, man. God bless her. Start on the topic of kids, because it was the other thing before we got cut off talking about the Raisin Brand. So the other, we're going to talk about the 3 most powerful people in the country. So one's got their husband in a hammer fight. The other one's telling us just buy a generic Raisin Brand would be good. No. The other one is fascinated with yellow school buses.
Right, man. We all got memories of a yellow school bus.
But I mean, like fixated on yellow school buses, like excited, like sitting there, like, and but interesting. I did not know this. Apparently, we need to go to battery powered buses, right? Across the board, battery powered buses, because she said the other ones run on diesel. Did you know that?
I didn't.
They do run on diesel. I've got a brother-in-law who does various things, and he drives a bus, and he says, "Oh yeah, it's expensive as all get out there. The diesel. Apparently, diesel fumes are poisoning people." So you and I that spent our entire life riding a freaking yellow bus,
bro. I wasn't worried about that because my buses didn't have AC, so our windows were open.
You're getting fresh air.
Yeah. Bring in the diesel. We don't care.
We didn't, I don't even remember smelling.
Yeah, was the exhaust system running into the bus?
Apparently so. I mean, I don't know. Maybe the buses she's talking about, but yeah, there you go. So we need battery buses, bro. That's
why she's so fixated on her fond memories of riding on the yellow bus.
Yellow bus, was
brain damaged by diesel fumes.
I don't know. It's a theory. Yeah, we're just, when we have more evidence, we'll present it. Until then,
I'm just speculating here, but it seems like
it's pure speculation. Just like remember a couple months ago, I think it was, I was talking about this idiot Jim Cramer on right, where these people on these stock people.
Is that the dude who cried?
Cried. That's the dude that was tearing up, crying because he pushed Meta, the Facebook, just incredible. And it doesn't even get the coverage now. Some of these companies that are just, man, losing a lot of value. And they don't want to talk about it because they don't want people looking at their 401ks. They don't want people going, hey, wait a minute.
Yeah, I heard somebody say the other day that your 401k had become a 201k.
You know, it's one of those
if
things.
You're lucky.
And it used to be when we were younger that, they would say that and you'd be like, yeah, well, it fluctuates over time. And, just, if you're not close to retirement, you really, shouldn't. And we get in an age where like, hey, hang on now.
Yeah.
I don't know
how long is it going to take to bounce back up?
I don't know how many more of these dips and because I would like to, but I don't think I'm going to live to be 105. I don't know.
If I do, I don't want to be working.
Yeah. I just got to stay one more time.
Yeah.
I'm going to start collecting my Social Security when I'm 92 and or whatever. That's going to be around. But
you'll be Richard eating Raisin Bran, man.
Generic Raisin Bran. But no, by that time, I hope to have enough money saved that I'm buying the good stuff. I'm buying the good stuff.
I'm just buying bran without the raisins because I can't afford the raisins yet.
Just skip the breakfast, man. Just skip breakfast. There you go. That and
well, talk about growing old. You shared a picture with me this week of when you were young. You were a styling young fella,
bro. And again, I'm gonna find it. I'll get it up here. So I'm trying to date that picture. I know the chair. I love that chair. I think we still own it. I refused.
Based on the leisure suit, I'm guessing early to probably mid 70s.
Okay, I was in band. I had a trumpet. That's the other thing, man. Listen to me blow my horn. I'm holding a trumpet. And so I was in band between 4th grade and 9th grade. So yeah, you joined in 4th grade, I think. So and I'm looking, I don't look like a 4th grade, I look a little bit older there. So that's probably 1976, 77.
That's what I'm guessing because
no, maybe older than that.
I had and I'm a few years older than you, so I had a similar leisure suit for my quote unquote 8th grade graduation.
You graduated 8th grade.
That's right, man. St. Elizabeth, Pankerville. Which was in 1976. Mine was more of a salmon color than yours.
Salmon.
Yours was kind of mauvey, but we both had those silky print shirts. Looks like like your grandmother's couch print. With the hang glider collars.
Oh yeah. I'm trying to while you're talking, I'm trying to find.
I also had platform. I had like some, with mine. Like some 3-inch heels. Look at man.
Look at that. And I got the lights shining on it, but I'll there you go. Hey, look at that guy
with that styling haircut you had, man. The bangs straight up.
And how dare you? You commented on that. I shared the picture with you and Rick, and you were like, do you still have the bowl your mom used to cut your hair? And I got shame on you, man. That was Lewis. I can't remember his last name, but he was the one guy on the bayou that could cut a feather cut, but like a, but
I had the feather in the shag.
Man, I don't know, but
David Cassidy look.
And the shirt, that silk shirt I had on, I'm guessing that was some kind of historic scene. I don't know what it was.
I said you had patterns like your grandmother's couch on those shirts.
Yeah,
man.
but your grandmother's couch would have been like a historic battle scene or something.
Yeah,
man. Sofas back in the day had like it was it was a mural. It's like we didn't have.
If you were into it, you could have like a Western motif with stagecoaches and cowboys and Indians and stuff.
Look at that guy. That guy looks happy, man. That should be my album cover. Listen to me blow my horn. But yeah, well, and I think my nephew, who's I need to figure out. He's living with with the house in Thibodeau. My mom's there,
right,
and then my nephew and my son and my younger son is there. So I've got to figure out a way to just cut them off from old pictures where they can just randomly get that. I don't know what they were looking at that they found that one, but
yeah, if I could find, and I could, but I'm not. The one that I'm talking about when I had the leisure suit on in the 8th grade graduation. So I had the platform shoes on because I was 5'11", so I was about 1.5 inches taller. I mean, shorter than I am now, and probably half the what I weigh now.
You
So,
still hang on. You probably back to 5'11" by now. Come on, man. You didn't start.
No, man, I'm not shrinking yet.
You didn't, oh, dude, you got to be shrinking. There's no way you ain't shrinking yet. Come on, dude.
You know, I'm growing wider to compensate. So.
Just because, hey, don't. Okay, yeah.
So I'll measure myself. Let you know.
I don't know. I think I'm shrinking. I think I'm, like I said, I think I topped out, man. On my after a chiropractor visit in high school or college, I may have been, man, I was touching 6 feet. I was touching 6 feet. I don't think I am anymore.
My dad was 6 feet. He's about 5'2" now.
Yeah, well,
So, no.
there you go. I mean, it does happen, folks. People say, like, how tall are you? And it's a typical guy thing. Well, I used to be.
Yeah.
Like,
Forget how tall I am. Let's talk about how tall I was.
Like saying, how much do you weigh? Well, I used to weigh.
Yeah. At this same height, I used to weigh about 140.
Ooh, yeah. But yeah, I don't know. That's funny. As all these things come back into style, I doubt those shirts are going to come back in style.
No, you gotta hope not.
You know, you go through things and go like, oh yeah, that's come back again. Like bell bottoms for a minute and a half started coming back, and was what I said. Those things were ugly when we wore them, but it comes back. You said that platform. I had some white shoes. I think
I bet you had a white belt to match, too.
You dang right, I had a white belt. Might have had an eagle belt buckle on that thing. I bet you I did. bet you I had an eagle belt buckle with. I know at one time. Excuse me. I had a white outfit. I mean, I had white pants. Dude, I was white. I was just, there wasn't barely a speck of color on me, man. It was with a chain with the.
Of course, you had the chain.
I had an Avon gold chain with the eagle. Remember the eagle? That was.
Oh yeah.
That must have been 1976. I think 76, the bicentennial. I think they were just like eagle crazy everywhere. Yeah.
I had one in the 80s that had like a little karate character on it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's just in case they couldn't look at you and figure out that guy looks like a martial artist.
No, I would lay odds that I still have it somewhere.
Oh, look, you know me. In my garage up on the wall somewhere, I still have the top. I don't have the whole bottle, but I have the top of the Avon. You had cologne, and it was like a football player. The bottom was blue, I think, and the top of the bottle was like a, guys. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, remember they used to come in fancy bottle, like in the collector edition, like Canoe came in a Canoe bottle.
Man, Canoe smelled good. That and the Avon stuff, Wild Country, Avon, Wild.
I used to be a fan of Jovan Musk.
Ooh. I just didn't like the sound of musk.
Yeah,
I just never did.
Yeah, it's not. It's like moist.
Just kind of like musky.
You want
like some? It smells musky in here. That don't seem like it'd be something you want to put on yourself, Yeah, Canoe was good. I think my dad wore that. The one I could never get my head around, though, and I guess some people like, was Old Spice. I'm sorry.
Old Spice is back, dude.
But Old Spice, I don't think it still smells the same, right?
No, it's not the old. It's not the old man.
Old Spice was genius. Old Spice, a few years ago, just started going after, because they had the name, they made it hip and funny and whatever.
Yeah, my son transitioned a few years ago from Axe to Old Spice.
Axe.
Dude, you want to do some entertaining reading? Go find the Axe body wash. The ladies will come a running.
Oh yeah. Dude, there's nothing you want to sell a young guy more than that. Oh, look, I just got to put this stuff on.
So, but my father-in-law, I guess, uses the old style Old Spice, I guess, aftershave. Which I still don't know. At 60 years old, I'm not sure what aftershave was intended to be.
I don't remember the last time.
I see him, you smell your hand, and you shake his hand, and you smell like old people.
I don't even remember the last time I wore cologne. I mean, I got nothing against it.
I couldn't tell you. I don't own cologne.
And we used to, dude. That used to be part of what you did. Like walking out the door in the morning, man. Here we go.
My last bottle was probably Jovan Musk.
You walking out there. Hey, world, you're welcome. You're welcome to the scents I'm bringing you.
Right. You spray it ahead if you want a little extra. You just spray it and walk into it.
Oh man, I never did that. No, that's wasting it, dude. You're wasting in the air. They got to put that direct. I worked for a guy when I left Louisiana for the first time. Great dude. I miss the guy. He was really, really good to me. But he was that guy. He liked Polo, right? And Polo smells good. I mean, to this day, you smell Polo smells good. But he would do that, man. And he didn't do spray on Polo. Like he did the whatever. Dude, you shake hands with him, you smell like Polo for half the day.
Shake his hand, rub it on your neck.
Oh man, like you just walk away going, am I still smelling? Oh, that's on me now. What the? Oh wow. That or he had the company had, it's sort of his, but he just let us use it all the time. But we had a brand new Suburban. This company was cool. This company, it's great. I recommend it, guys. If you can ever go to work for a company that is owned, partially owned, but mostly owned, but definitely run by somebody who came from very humble beginnings. Mm-hmm. So somebody who gets to a very high level of success and decides, hey, we blowing this out. We are some we are rednecks with money. Right? Rednecks with money. And I mean new cars, company cars every year. Every year. They're just turning those things over. And he had a Suburban, and this Suburbans back in the late 90s, early 2000s, man, that's when they first started making, the Suburbans went from just like totally, work trucks to like,
nice. Suburban was the first, I guess, luxury.
Yeah.
SUV.
Oh man, those cars were nice. Oh, those cars were nice. And he let us use them for various things. You get in there, man, start it up, and you get out smelling like Polo because the steering wheel was always at a good and it shows you how trusting people can be. All right, so it's little town, great town. I give it a place called Cornelia, Georgia. Look it up on a map. It's if we could have afforded it when we left, we'd have kept the house there because we just love the place. And it's like Mayberry now. And but I mean, this guy, the boss, he would pull into the back of the bank, right, and he leave the keys in it. He just, it's unlocked. I'm talking, and at the time it's probably a 50-something, $60,000 vehicle. This is in, before the year 2000. And then, one day, I'm not gonna give the, I don't want to make it sound like a gang, but
it's a
group stole it. Like comes outside, Suburban's missing. And he's like, somebody must have borrowed it. He might not even have turned it in for a day or two. You know what I mean? He was like, figure somebody in the bank must have borrowed it. And then realized, no, nobody's got it. Somebody took that thing. And they found it like, I don't know, 4 days later in a field. They just ran it till it ran out of gas. They used it till it ran out of gas. And I don't think they trashed it. But
did they, on the police report, did it say that suspect has an unusual smell of Polo?
That's right. We've identified. We went down to the poultry plant, and we found two guys that smelled strongly of. These guys smelled of Polo, and we traced it back, and there you go. Yeah, but different times, man. Different times. Let's see what else. What else have we covered here? We looking.
So I wanted to circle back. Last week we talked about my daughter had her homecoming dance, and because they have an after party that they went to on a party bus, and they changed clothes from the dance to the party.
Right, and they wanted to do that at your house.
They want to do that at my house, and I've, of course, said no.
Yeah,
because that's what I do. I did go back and say, well, if y'all have to, then okay. But she said, no, they had it taken care of. We'll come to find out they changed in a bathroom at a convenience store.
Because those places are nice.
That's clean. Those are clean, man.
And nothing cleaner.
We're not talking Buc-ee's or anything.
There's nothing cleaner.
We're talking the Circle K on the corner.
Then a Circle K in Baton Rouge?
Yeah.
Yeah. Class.
Yeah. I said y'all could have gone to a racetrack or something. They got bigger bathrooms. But so I saw one of the moms of one of the other girls that was on the bus yesterday, and it was, did you hear they changed because you wouldn't let them change at the house? They changed at a gas station. And I said, yeah. And she said, did that make you feel bad? I said, not a freaking bit. Not a bit. They could have figured out a better option.
You said, you listen, I might feel that much that my daughter changed in the
Right.
bathroom. You
Yours,
think I
not
give
so
a
much.
flip whether or not you I don't.
Yeah. I said, look, I'm a 60-year-old man. It's not that long that I've not changed clothes driving down the road on the interstate. I don't care.
I just love somebody that would ask you, why was it your job to why seriously, why is it your job that they go change it?
At my house, because I'm in the area.
You're in the area, bro. You're in the area. Yeah, I thought about you. I even texted you. I couldn't get a picture because I was driving and it was and I wasn't turning back to get it. But place I'm in Arkansas, right? I'm in Arkansas this week. Yeah, it was this week. Anyway, and I'm driving around. This is when I thought like kind of laughed at myself, like the life I live sometimes. So the week before, I'm driving through downtown Los Angeles. At belly of the beast, I'm driving through LA, right? Less than a week later, I'm driving through Bald Knob, Arkansas.
You traveled to the towns with the best names.
Well,
man.
I wasn't landing there. I wasn't like staying there, but when you're driving in Arkansas, man, you just end up, and when I say I drove through it, I'm on the road, the interstate, and I saw signs.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm sure if I'd have turned off, I'd have actually got to experience a little bit more of Bald Knob, Arkansas. But they had a billboard, and it must have been like a school something, like a school billboard at various young kids' faces and whatever. And the sign said, "We are Bald Knob."
Proud to be.
Don't get me wrong.
Bald
You're talking about a guy who lived in Cutoff, Louisiana, right?
Yeah.
I got Ken. So when you come from Cutoff, you gotta, pump the brakes on making fun of Bald Knob. But yeah, it was just and I'll be honest, if I would have broken down or needed to pull off the road for some reason, I would much rather Bald Knob than in Los Angeles, right?
Yeah.
Los Angeles.
You bought the t-shirt.
Woo, 100%. If there would have been a t-shirt stand on the side, I would have bought. I would love to own a shirt that says "We are Bald Knob." I mean, that would be the way to do it. But and I'm not exactly sure if it was in Bald Knob or right before it or right after it. But you see places of business that make you go, huh, that's specific, and they must know the customer base around here. It was, and I even texted it to you, Lillian's Prom and Tanning Salon.
See? Yeah, that's good stuff, man. You figure you can't make it year round on the prom business. And
well, I thought about you. You said like your daughter did a spray tan. Now,
right,
I don't know.
Right. So that's the thing. You're combining. Okay, I need a dress, and of course, what else am I gonna need? Heck, I'll need a spray tan. Sign me up.
And I don't know if it's spray or do you get in the beds, but like I was like, wow. And I didn't stop to take a picture, but I slowed down to make sure I was reading that right. Lillian's Prom and Tanning Salon. I said, that's just somebody who, you know what, give the people what they want.
Right. Boom. I got space. I got a spray gun.
Boom. Arkansas is great. I mean, I'm not saying anything. It's been good for business this year. I did not know, however, that there was still a such thing as a dry county. I didn't know that those existed.
And that's year round, like all the time, not just like on Sundays.
The time. I'm up around a place called Batesville. Okay. It's an hour and a half out of Little Rock.
Yeah, I know where. I've been through Batesville.
Okay. So, look, we talked about this before. You travel, it's one of these long days, and especially the hardest days are you got to get up early, you got to fly somewhere, and then you got to get in the rental car and drive a stretch, right? It's just tiring, right? So, man, end of the day, and look, I'm staying at like a Hampton Inn or something. There's no, there's no restaurant in there. There's no whatever. Look, and I'm not to the point of I am not going to go sit in a bar anywhere. I'm not going to go, I'm not going anywhere in public to get a beer. I'm not, but I'd like a beer. So that's what I do. You pull into a grocery store or you pull into whatever, just buy. I think I said that. I said, I'd like to know over the past 20 years, how many unopened beers I've left in hotel rooms everywhere. because it's cheap. You can buy a 6-pack for what it costs you to get a beer, right?
Yeah, at the hotel bar.
So that was my plans. I had to do some stuff. I had to go to dinner with some folks, and I'm like, in my head, wind down. At the end of the night, I'm gonna get back just like 2 weeks ago. I'm eating Taco Bell and drinking an IPA from a 7-Eleven. Well, that's what I'm gonna do. That's my plans. And I pull into a grocery store, and I'm walking around, and they must keep the beer at a different place in the store. And I'm walking around, and then there's this young guy, probably in his 20s. I think it was a Kroger. I said, "Hey, my man, where's your beer section?" And dude, the look on his face was just like
obviously you ain't from here.
No, he was like apologetic. He was just like, "Oh man," he said, "This is a dry county," and I smiled. I said, "What?" He says, "A dry." I said, "Did I time travel? What?" Yeah, he said, we've been trying to change it, but it just won't." And I'm like, "Okay."
That's so weird.
I said, "So just out of curiosity, what's the closest?" Well, he starts telling me whatever in the next county over is dry too. Okay. And I'm like, wow. He said, so apparently he said, yeah, the closest place, whatever. So it's about an hour. An hour. I said, dude, how bad do you think I want a beer? I'm not driving 2 hours round trip to get a beer. So I'm like, that's okay. Interesting. And then get back to the room. I'll get back now, do the other things. And then realize some of the restaurants in town serve beer or wine, and I went to dinner that night. And again, I'm just thinking, yeah, I'll get a beer with dinner, just, and I'm sitting with these guys who are super nice guys, a little older than me. And I'm thinking, man, I hope they order a beer. They're ordering first, right? Because if they order a beer, I'm gonna get a beer. If they order a wine, I'm gonna order whatever they order. And they both got unsweet tea.
Yeah.
So you're sitting across the table saying,
yeah, how bad do I look?
All they be talking about is, man, we brought that consultant in that guy had the nerve to drink a beer in front of us, man. In our drive.
It's funny if we go to dinner with friends or just other couples, and my wife will order like sweet tea or something, and then if I order a drink, then she'll go back and order a drink. It's like, she's wanting to see what I get before I'm
looking
makes
around.
That final decision.
I'm looking around. There's this big, nice bar right there. They are having beers and stuff like that and whatever. And they got drink specials. And I'm looking at this table and everything. Look, don't get me wrong. Now, my wife laughed at me after. She says, "So you got nothing tonight? You didn't drink a beer? Or you're going to wine or nothing?" I said, "Nah, I'm good." She's like,
maybe they're all waiting to see what you got.
She's like, "I'm proud of you. I didn't think you could do that." I said, "Man, I am living on low expectations," but all good. Shout out to Arkansas. Shout out to Bald Knob.
Bald Knob.
If anybody's listening in Bald Knob, if you got a shirt, send it on in here, because you know what? We got to get out of here. I
got a swim meet to go to, man.
Yeah, and we're about to run out of space, and I ain't going to do this again. So we got to push the button, get on out of here. Hey, if you want to reach us, guys, very simple. Dave and Juan at protonmail.com or the various social medias and all the stuff, and you know how that works, right?
You know where we are. Wherever you can find a podcast, we're there.
Wherever the finer podcasts are found, wherever people are
wherever you're listening now,
wherever people are having hammer fights in their underwear, boom, we dare. We're probably even on the yellow school buses, battery powered, diesel powered, you name it. So yeah, there it is. Guys, we're not suggesting this. It's not a recommendation. I don't even think it's a hint.
No, it's like a law
mandate. It's a freaking mandate.
It's a mandate. It's an executive order.
Executive order
done by Congress.
Get out. Yes, get out there. Get out there and have the best week of your life. Best week. Go for it.
Start with the best moment, the best hour.
Boom. Well, that's obviously what you just finished. I get that.
Right. We set the bar high.
We're here for that. That's what we do. Set that bar. Now go. Stand on our shoulders and achieve the greatest week of your flipping life. And then come back next week and report on it. Email us.
Right. We'll go even better next week.
Email us and let us know. But yeah, there it is. You go into a swim meet. I'm going to pretend to do some work. Grilling
steaks.
Grilling steaks tonight. Might even wear the sweatshirt, jean sweatshirt. If I do, I'll take a picture. I'll take a picture and send it to you. But I think that does it. Until then, great week, everybody. Love you, bro.
Back at you, dude. Here's the deal. If I'm taking pictures for the yearbook, I want photo credit in the yearbook because I'd like to be the oldest guy to ever get credit in a high school yearbook. What? I said, I'm not doing this for just,
That's right.
I'm not getting class credit for this.
I'm putting that on my bio. What are you talking about?
I'll be updating my LinkedIn profile today.
Official photographer for high school for yearbook. And just they ought to just put your picture there, you know.
Right. Take a picture of me taking a picture.
And then you could put the bottom. Stay cool.
Yeah.
Stay cool. I like that shirt that's out there. It said for all of you, just want to shout out to everybody that signed my yearbook. Good news.
Yeah, I'm still cool.
I'm still cool.
I still stayed cool.
I stayed cool. Took that to heart.